y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sons Vision Art Life. My name is Adewale Agboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we've got a special guest. She works in the bridal universe, I guess is the best way to put it. But bottom line, she's a business lady. That's why I really wanted on here. She's an entrepreneur. Before we do this, we want to pay some of these bills. The Sons Vision Podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Annadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Annadale Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, A4 Capital Consultants come out with a new podcast. So look out for it. It's going to be coming out soon. So today's guest, she's got a degree in business. She's smart as hell. She's an entrepreneur. She's got her own bridal collection line of clothing, which means if you get married, you need to be talking to her. She's been giving us numerous awards. She's been on Vogue. She's been on cover of the Bridal Shops magazine like a ridiculous amount of times. And also, she's my cousin too. And she's an entrepreneur. That's another reason I had to bring her on. So, Miss Rashida Agboke, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to have you on. You're actually my first person from England that's ever been on my show. So this is kind of cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They're gonna notice the accent when they listen to this. But one of the reasons, it's true. One of the reasons why I wanted you on the show is because you're an entrepreneur just like me. And it's a different world. But when I traveled to England, I think about 5 years ago, I got to see what you actually do. You're literally like a CEO, but who's a wedding planner. So before I get into these questions, what exactly do you do? You know, to break it down to these people, before I start asking you some questions about how you got this far and all that stuff. Give them a little background of yourself.
I have a bridal shop. It's been open for 6 years now. Stock different designers. So we go to bridal fairs and shows, pick the designers that we want. And then each year we kind of order new dresses. So we have a shop front. In the 6 years, we've actually moved shops. So we've got a new shop now. And it's all private and one-to-one. So all the brides that come in, they're the only brides that are there at the time. So it's quite exclusive. The brides love that. We do VIP appointments as well. So brides can pay a little fee and then they get some Prosecco and some chocolates and personalised gifts as well, which brides like because it kind of gives them the whole experience that they were expecting, you know, because for a lot of brides, they've been thinking about this day for literally ever. So, brides love that. So, I've been open for 6, 7 years now. And love it. Love what I do. It doesn't really feel like work when I'm at work, even though it's hard work. Right. It doesn't feel like work.
Well, from the way you're talking, I can even hear the passion in your voice. So that's going to start leading us to a question. Because I remember, like I said, when I was there, I was like, this woman is doing so much work. You're like a one-woman wrecking crew. When I was there, I was like, wow. And y'all don't understand the amount of time this lady puts into this stuff, the passion she has for it. You could clone her and her clone probably wouldn't be able to do as good as the job as she does. So, but that's why I brought you on the show, because you're an entrepreneur. And really, I have certain questions I want to ask you. 5 questions plus a bonus question. That's why I wanted you to do that little background intro. So how did this dream get started? Because it's a dream, because I know you talked to me about it a bunch of times and we've talked about it. How did this dream get started?
So at uni, I studied business and I had a friend at the time. And we were always the ones that were like overdressed for events and we just loved dresses. And that was where our bond started, just like dressing up and wearing nice dresses. And then everyone was like, oh my God, you two should totally have a dress business. And then after uni, I graduated. We both did graduate schemes at Boots, Walgreens Alliance. And then from there, we were like, yeah, we love this, but we want to do a little bit more. So we went into it, started off looking at where we could have a shop, looking for where there was a gap in the market and what we could do that would be slightly different. So for us, it was the customer experience. So from working at Boots, it was the customer experience was kind of drilled into us. So we thought, oh, we could do bridal, but then make brides feel super special, have it so it was private, one-to-one. So that's where it kind of started, really, just having a passion for dresses and really caring about the customer, I think, because with brides, everything has to be perfect. I mean, they're paying a lot of money and they want a premium experience. So you've got to give them a premium experience. So yeah, that's where it started.
Wow, it's always funny how a dream starts. It's a simple idea, and sometimes it's your thoughts, and sometimes people throwing stuff in your head. And you're like, actually, that sounds like a good idea. One thing I want to ask, because you being an entrepreneur and going to school, being educated, having the experience at Boots, because Boots is Walgreens Alliance for a lot of you Americans who don't understand. One-to-one is like when you're dealing with a customer one-on-one, because a lot of Americans are like, what is one-to-one? So I was like, oh, okay, they probably don't know, but Walgreens is something that's connected to Boots. I worked at Walgreens too. My cousin worked at Walgreens, which is totally weird, except she was Boots in England and I was Walgreens in America. A lot of individuals that which leads to our next question. A lot of individuals, when you have the dream, right? How long have you been in business? And at what point do you always try to keep it like being a dream versus a business? So that way it doesn't become a numbers thing. It just stays to what it truly was in the beginning.
I think you've got to have a passion for it. And I feel like if the passion ever dies, then it's kind of not the right thing, because business isn't easy. It's not for the faint-hearted and it's not for everybody. Like, not everybody get up and think, okay, I've got an idea and I'm going to turn it into a business. You have to be a little bit tenacious, and you have, not a little bit, a lot. You have to have drive. You've got to really want to do it, because it's not always rosy. Like, when it's not rosy, you've got to think, okay, what have I got to do? How can I think out of the box to kind of do what I want to do, but also make the sales that I need to make to do everything that I need to do. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's the passion, and you've just got to keep that passion alive and remember, why you're doing it, I think.
Well, for me, because I work in art, and that's something we always talk about: tenacious, passion. When you don't even, if you don't have the passion at all, because some people focus on the numbers, and then the numbers starts to become the reason why you're doing it. And when that's happening, you've probably lost interest in what you're doing. Like you said, you need to find something else to do. For me, just like you said, it's a passion. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and say, man, I gotta go make this amount of money. I'm like, what's the next thing I can create?
Yeah,
because eventually money's gonna come.
Definitely. Obviously, business is about making money, so you have to be budgeting and targets and stuff like that. You've got to be aiming towards something, and you've got to know your numbers, because you need to know if the numbers are adding up, because if they're not adding up, you need to try something different. You need to kind of focus on a different area. So the numbers are important. You can't lose sight of that, because for business, the numbers, the profit margins and all of that have got to add up, but it's got to start from passion. And I've kind of learned in business, you've got to spend at least some of every single day marketing to your customers somehow. So whatever it is, you've got to find a way, whether it be emailing someone that's come in that hasn't purchased a dress, or promoting something new, or targeting your market in a certain way. Marketing is the key to any business, because a lot of people are doing the same thing, but what would make someone buy from you is the way you've marketed the product. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Like a signature marketing, because you've been in business for 6 years, because you already said that introduction. The 6 years, as you said, it's a roller coaster ride. You're up, down, you have high seasons, you have low seasons. And a lot of people can't handle that. No. I think only 1% of the planet can handle that. We might fit in the box, because being an entrepreneur is brutal. I'll be honest about it. And I say it all the time in my previous episodes. It's not nothing. Y'all have seen my witness right here. My cousin's telling y'all, and that's in a different genre of work. What would you say is because 6 years you've been there, and I've been to England, seeing you set up. What is your typical dress purchase and event setup? Because you do two different things.
Yeah, I would say my dream appointment is where a bride has been booked in for a few months, so you know that bride is really keen already, and they've potentially asked you quite a few questions, so you've kind of got a really good idea about what this bride is looking for, what they want. So in your mind, you've already got about 5 or 6 different dresses in mind that they would like, and they come in and they've come with the right people. And so, for example, if they know they want their mum there to buy a dress, their mum is there, you know, not one of those brides that just come in to have a look with her friends, just to get a feel for it. Like, my dream appointment is a bride that's intentional, like she's booked in advance, she knows what she wants, or maybe she doesn't know what she wants and she wants help and she wants guidance, and you can actually give them that quality time, the experience, and then it finishes off where they don't just find a dress, but they actually have an amazing time. Maybe there's tears of joy, like the mum's over, because this is the moment that they've thought about for a long time, and they couldn't imagine their daughter in a dress, and they've seen their daughter in the dress and she loves it. Like, those moments are priceless, and to kind of be involved in something that's so important to so many brides, for me, that's priceless. And yeah, I really, really value those moments, and those moments make the other moments that are a little bit more tricky worthwhile. So sometimes you'll have a bride that doesn't show up for an appointment, and you've kind of driven there 45 minutes and they're not there, and you've even reminded them and they still haven't turned up, or they've just come in and they're just kind of looking around, like, with no intention of buying. Those moments are fine, because you know you've always, in business, you've always got your customers, and I feel like when you're in business, you've got to know that your customers will always come. Like, you'll get that come in and out, get an idea, and those people might even recommend you to someone else that will buy. So it's kind of making sure that you're like available for everyone, but not being disheartened when you haven't made a sale, because that wasn't my bride, but my bride might be tomorrow, and she'll have a great experience, and she'll tell 5 other people that might also be bride. So I guess, yeah, it's just about knowing your customer and, yeah, enjoying those experiences.
Would you say like maybe 1 out of 5 people that come in buy something, or 2 out of 5, or 3 out of 5, or what ratio?
Like 90%, I would say.
Wow, that's really good. Well, I've been to your shop, so your shop is y'all, that shop is off the chain. They got some money. That thing is set up nice.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't have many appointments. There are other bridal shops that are open like every single day. They have loads of appointments. Maybe they would have 10 appointments in the day, and then 1 would buy. But mine is more, I'll have 1 or 2 appointments on the weekend, and those 2 people buy a dress, because I've spent a lot of time with them. I've been sending emails. They've been watching my social media for a while. Those brides are serious. Like, I hardly ever get brides that are not serious about coming in to buy a dress. So the business model works.
Well, you have a brand recognition too. You're also not just any type of wedding designer. You have a brand. People know Lily Christina as top notch. They're like, people aren't coming to you, because I remember you had that one bride who was a wife of a soccer player. I was like, oh my God, this woman gets everybody. So like, my cousin gets famous people too. So yeah, she's big like that. You know what I mean? Like, cause for me, like I said, when I went there, I got to see you not only sell somebody a dress, design it, put it on them, and then also too, like at a wedding event, that was part of the question too, like helping them set up. Do you ever have to do, like, at the wedding itself, like set up a station or something like that?
I don't go to brides' weddings and set anything up. What I've done in the past is I've kind of got steamed their dresses on the day. So let's say they've got a silky dress, I'll go and press that to make sure it looks nice. But I've got to the point where I have so many weddings now on the weekends, it's not physically possible for me to offer that service. I'm more like, this is the steamer that you can buy. You can buy it from here, or you can borrow my steamer. I let them borrow it. But now COVID came and we were quiet for so long. The last year or so, it's been so busy catching up with the people that should have got married.
Right.
It's been manic, really.
Wow. Manic as in like, does that mean chaotic? Because, you know, Americans, we use different diction in England versus y'all. So manic means what? Like busy?
Last year was okay, but the year before was chaotic. It was manic. Yeah.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were shut for such a long period of time because of COVID, and then suddenly everyone could come out and everyone could get married again, and then new people wanted to come and look at dresses. So yeah, the year before was crazy, but yeah, last year kind of settled down. It's getting back to normal now.
Right. Yeah, because as a business owner, of course, you're counting factors, daily sales, recession, whatever. I mean, I always tell people all the time, recession's not going anywhere. There'll be another one in 8 years again. And so what are you going to do to be ready for it? Right? You know, save whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So this brings up to our next question. Question number 4. What marketing strategies do you use to promote Lily Christina?
The thing is with me, I'm good at what I'm good at.
Right.
Certain things I know that I could do better. Right. So in terms of the things that I'm good at, I try and be really intentional with my marketing. So like, I feel like I'm really good at social media. So Instagram, Facebook, really engaging my brides like organically without having to pay for any posts or anything like that. I'm very good at just organic like views and likes and comments. And I feel like I'm getting a bit better at TikTok. It's more fun, really. But
it's more fun. I told you about that.
Yeah, I haven't really cracked TikTok. And there, my brides aren't really shopping on TikTok, so that's not really my market anyway. But yeah, I feel like I'm good at social media. I'm good at going to like bridal fairs and capturing data. So like if I go to a bridal fair to promote my dresses, like even if I don't get any bookings, I will at least aim to get about 20 emails. So with those emails, I can email them with any promotions, any new dresses that are coming up, any vouchers or anything like that, and that will get them in. So I feel like I'm good at that. But I feel like I could I know I need to work on like the timing of everything. So looking into the analytics and the data to see the best time to post, the best day of the week to be posting, and looking to see, okay, that post has got me this much engagement. Maybe I need to do more of that. So I know that I need to do better at that. But I guess because I get quite enough engagement, and to be honest, word of mouth, that's where I get most of my customers. Like most of the brides that come in were recommended by someone. So I feel like doing a good job and treating every bride the way they want to be treated and giving them an amazing experience, that in itself is marketing, because that person will tell 2 or 3 people that will eventually come.
And yeah, you have a great point. Word of mouth is always the best way. Quality service, quality products. And also too, y'all, you know, she's not like she's just dealing with anybody. She's a luxury line of wedding dresses, not just some, I don't know, Marks and Spencer's, like high level. I don't know what the names are. I can't remember. Yes, I used to live in England, y'all, if y'all are wondering. I went to school there too, but you know, for me, seeing you function and the way you, because we follow each other on TikTok, on Instagram, on whatever. And one thing I started doing more and more with my social media is I focus on algorithms. I focus on certain hashtags. I focus on, when I see your videos, I hit the likes on it, say, make a comment. I focus on like, because TikTok, I try to tell a lot of people, YouTube and TikTok are the new game. The thing about Instagram is, what I'm learning is that it's somehow they're suppressing algorithms. And I didn't notice it till last year. And then when I'd go back on TikTok, the same video would have like 20,000 views on TikTok, maybe 1,000 views on YouTube, but then like maybe 10 views on Instagram. I'm like, what's going on here? Sometimes
yeah, I think it's just a different customer, it's a different market.
Yep.
On TikTok and not the people that are on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
But I feel like there's a massive opportunity with sales on TikTok.
Yes, there is. Oh my God, it's crazy big. With a person like you, oh my God, you make those videos that I see all the time. TikTok is eventually gonna take over. There's no getting around.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely TikTok is going to take over.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't cracked that one yet.
Well, for y'all wondering, my cousin got a TikTok channel. You can find her when you find me on Sunday Vision because I follow her too. Her videos are really cool. They've got awesome beats to it. They always got these awesome songs playing in the background, and you might catch her throwing a few dance moves up in there too. So next question, right? What's the ultimate goal for this dream of yours, like this business? Because I don't like using the word business. I more like to stick with the word dream because I feel like once I start saying business, I start thinking about numbers all the time and not the purpose of what you're doing. So that's how I say, what's the ultimate goal of your dream, of this dream of yours, this thing that you've built for 6 years so far?
I would just say just to continue to have a good reputation and for brides to be saying lovely things and just for everybody to have a good experience. And if I'm making, obviously to double, triple what I'm doing, like I feel like I'm doing a great job, but more people need to know about it. So I guess I'm good at what I'm good at. I know I need to now focus on the things that I'm not good at because focusing on things that I'm not good at will help me expand. But I guess it's just when you don't have enough knowledge about something, it's easy to shy away from it and just continue to do what you do well. So I guess for me, it would be to kind of delve into the things that I could do better and just keep going with the brand that I've created.
Well, your brand, you're not successful by accident. I always say success is no accident. It requires a plan of action and motivation to succeed. That was actually my Monday motivational text this week. And we always text each other every Monday because I always send you some kind of motivation every Monday. And one thing I really admire about my cousin is she literally has built this thing with her partner by themselves, like hand in the dirt, just like grind it up. And 6 years is a long time to be doing something. And the daily work. I mean, this lady gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning because England is like 8 hours in front of America. So I might be going to sleep and she's waking up like, hi, Rashida. Like, I'm just waking up like, what? You're waking up at 5 a.m. What are you doing awake? You know what I'm saying? But,
I feel like it's a different kettle of fish, like when you're a parent, because you have to fit everything in. And not to mention a single parent, like I can't use that as an excuse, but I have to do everything. So if that means I've got to wake up at 5 to get all my work done before I can do all the other bits, that's what I have to do. Right. But if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. So I'm quite happy at waking up at 4:45.
Well, you're a driven individual, so you're a intrinsically driven individual. You know what you want to go after. You ain't got time for no bull jive. I think that's one of the reasons why me and you are so close, because we're both like kind of the same way, like no nonsense, get this thing done, no excuses. If you don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. No. And the bonus question, what's been the best part of this whole journey, this dream of yours, being able to take Lily Christina from where it was to where it is and where you want it to go? What's been the best part of this journey?
For me, the best part has been, like, it's twofold. Meeting some incredible people. Like, I've had some brides that have been so kind and so sweet and said the nicest things. Like, it kind of feels like I've really made an impact on their life. And to think I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I haven't saved anybody's life, but the way the brides make you, they're so grateful sometimes. It's like, wow, like that is amazing that I've made somebody feel like that. So that's one part of it, but also just the skills that I've developed in setting up a business, making it grow and being able to achieve like certain things. Like, it's been amazing. Like, if it wasn't for the business, I wouldn't have been able to buy a house like by myself as a single mum. Like, a lot of people can't say that, and for me it's a big achievement. It may not be a huge achievement for everybody, but for me and my life, like, it's a big deal for me. So without the business, on top of other things, I wouldn't have been able to achieve a lot of the things that I've achieved. Right. So yeah, I'm very grateful that everything's kind of planned out the way it has, and I'm excited to see like what will happen in the future.
Well, I mean, there's nothing better than your dreams paying for your livelihood, and that's where you are right now. That's where I am. I mean, we both still have. I keep a day job. You know, I guess I'm a freelancer, graphic design artist. Take projects where I can. You have your day job, but eventually the day job's gonna go bye bye, and then it's gonna be all business or all dream or whatever the word I want to use.
And like for me, like I've always got ideas in my head.
Yeah.
I can't here and say that this business is going to be the business that makes me millions. Like I've got other ideas in my head that I potentially think, do you know what? If I sat back and focused on this, maybe this is the idea that will kick off, you know, where I wouldn't need to think about anything but this. So for me, like in the next couple of years, I really want to sit down and think about some of the ideas that I've got and try and work out, you know, what am I most passionate about? What can I see really blowing up? Because as an entrepreneur, like you don't sit there on one idea and hope for the best. I'm always thinking about different things. I'll be sitting there brushing my teeth thinking, oh my God, this is a great idea. Like, why don't I do that? But I think sometimes you need to sit back and think, evaluate where you are, like, and think, okay, maybe I will invest a bit more time in this. So for the next couple of months, if not years, I'm going to be looking at everything I'm doing and working out what's going to be the thing that I kind of stick to and really go for, because I have got a few other ideas on my mind and I definitely would like to explore that in the next couple of months.
Nothing wrong with that, because there's nothing wrong with having one idea, you build that up, and then you come up with other ideas. That's how I started too. First it was just posters, then I went from posters to a t-shirt. Now I've got an entire clothing line. Well, you know about the clothing line, the Asha name, you know, it's actually a trademark now. So it's actually a trademark. The trademark, the clothing line, the footwear line, the company name, the animation name, it's all stuff that I used to tell you, and I actually did it. I think the time I saw you, which was like 5 years ago, 2018, 2017, I told you when I get back home, I got to go trademark. And sure enough, I saved up enough money. That stuff cost a whole lot of money. But just like you, we had goals, and everything we said we were going to do when I came to visit you, we've both done it. There's nothing better than that. You told me you were going to buy a house, you did it. She's actually got a nice car. I'm not going to tell you what car she's driving. It's none of your business. But, you know, she's doing very well for herself. But bottom line is, my cousin's an entrepreneur. She's driven, even though it's a different field, it's still artistic. I felt like what you do is artistic in a way, because it's not, you kind of bring like to life a vision of what somebody wants for their wedding. I mean, and those people are grateful to you because they know you're the best at what you do. And like you said, word of mouth is the best way to go. So, I mean, I'm so grateful that you're on my show. So is there anything people need to know? Your social media platforms, your website, because I'm going to put that all in the notes so people can be able to recap.
The website, I'm developing a new one. So we won't talk about the website because the new website.
All right. What about the social media?
My Instagram is Lily Christina _ bridal collection, and the Facebook is Lily Christina Bridal Collection, and TikTok is Lily Christina Bridal. Okay. Yeah, that's everything.
So I guess eventually you guys get around to YouTube. Maybe? No?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. What else? Where else? And those are the main places they can find.
Those are the main places. And
if they want to make it, like, let's say maybe they want to communicate with you guys too. Do they just send you guys an email? Can they
Lily Christina at gmail.com, because we have had international brides. So people have seen on my Instagram or something. And if it's a sample and it's the right size, I can literally post it. So yeah, I have had international brides. So yeah, if you see anything that you like, let me know, because I could send it to you.
There you go. That's what I'm getting at, because I have an American audience. You have a British audience. Although my podcast is worldwide, sometimes Americans that are listening to it right now be like, hey, where can I get in touch with this lady? And so she can send me one of her awesome dresses. So when they go on your TikTok or your YouTube or your Instagram, they can see the videos and samples of the products, right? And then they can just reach out to you or whatever that was.
Yeah.
All right, then. That's what I'm talking about. Well, so Miss Rashida, thank you so much for being on the show. I can't thank you enough. I'm so proud of you. Yes, I'm proud of my cousin. Yes, I know she's my cousin, but yeah, I can be proud of her because I know she works her butt off, and I know that she's got greater, more things to accomplish. So I want to thank you for being on the show. Have a great week and stay safe and stay warm because I know it's cold over there right now.
Very cold.
All right, girl. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 All right, y'all. So, y'all, we want to thank our guests. I want to thank y'all for listening. Today's special guest, Rashida Agboke. She's a business entrepreneur, bridal dress designer. So, check out her stuff on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Lily Christina. You won't miss it. I want to thank you for listening. Before we get out of here, though, y'all, don't forget the Carjack for Assassins first official comic book is coming out this year. So get ready for it. It's going to be a game changer. But just to get it started, I want you to go get you a copy of this Carjack for Assassins bio book available on soundsvision.com. As you can see, I'm going to show you the Carjacks right here. And then, of course, I'm going to show you the Assassins right here. So get you a copy, man, soundsvision.com. And we also want to thank our sponsors before we get up out of here. This Sounds Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. At A4 Capital Consulting, take your business to the next level. That's A4 capitalconsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4 capitalconsulting.com for details. And as I keep saying, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast, so get ready for it. It's going to be fire. If you want your business to go to the next level, then look out for that A4 capitalconsulting.com podcast. All right, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain like Anadale Foot and Ankle. Make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. So, as I said before, I want to thank Rashida Agboke for being a guest on the show today. Thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website at soundvision.com. As I stated before, we got new cool stuff. Phone cases. Yeah, that's right. Beanies, bomber jackets. You know what I'm saying? We got sweaters, so sweatpants, all kinds of cool winter gear. You name it, travel neck pillows, travel suitcases. So we got all kinds of cool stuff. Just check it out, y'all. And please subscribe to our podcast, wherever you're listening with us, Amazon Music, Deza, Spotify, Apple Music. And you can also check out our websites, our podcast on our website at soundvision.com. And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Soundvision. As I keep saying it, I even said it on this as I was speaking to Rashida Agboke. Social media is so important now. It is your free marketing. TikTok, YouTube are the biggest gamers, so you got to get on those platforms and do what you got to do. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire to achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.